All right, all right, all right. This is Conway, aka Talk to Him Con, and today I have a special guest, um, June McCullough, June Jones. Have you? Yeah, I'm gonna let her explain that to you. and not only is she an author, but she's also uh, I don't even know if I should say like a safety servant. Like I don't know if that's the right word. I don't know, but she definitely put her life on the line. She's not a police, but you'll understand when I get to speaking to her later about what she actually does and why I say she put her life on the line. So June,
Yeah, I can hear a little bit.
okay. So look, you wrote a book.
Wait a minute, what you say?
You wrote a book,
Yes, I wrote a book. Yeah,
and
and the name of the book is "Not Bad for a Project Girl."
not bad for a project girl. What made you, you know, come up with that title?
Well, it took me a while to come up with the title because I was sitting at work. Because at first that wasn't the name of the title, but it's just something that came to me when I was sitting at my position. At first it was a project girl, and then all of a sudden something just hit me and said, "Not bad for a project girl." And I said, "I'm gonna go with that."
Hey, it's not bad for a project girl. So for people that's out there that don't understand, like what projects are you from?
Lafayette Projects.
And
I
for
was
a lot of
born and
people at that
raised.
time, a lot of people, the younger people today, they only know about a couple projects. But Lafayette, I think Lafayette is still up, right?
Lafayette Projects on Colvin and Fayette Street.
Yeah, okay.
They
So
not there no more though.
right, so those one of the projects that are gone with your Murphy Homes and all those other ones.
Yeah.
But when you was writing a book, right? What what was like your thought process? Was it to tell your story, or was it just to say, I want to do something different?
Well, I could say I wanted to do something. I wanted to tell my story and do something different. In my book, I have a lot of less life lessons that I went through, and to be able to tell my story and have people read my book and maybe um, learn what not to do. Like one part of my book, I wrote about when I was drinking too much. I had too much to drink, and I was living with my cousin at the time, and he told one of his buddies take me take me to my room, to the bedroom. Take me upstairs to the bedroom. But he took me upstairs to the bedroom, but something happened, and the next morning he told me about it,
Mm, damn.
and I just wanted to tell that story so that people know what not to do. It's just too much drinking could lead to you being taken advantage of. And I think a lot of women need to hear that. Not a lot of women, a lot of young girls need to hear that.
And
Too
damn,
much drinking is
see
not
that's
good.
crazy because I known you for a very long time, Jane,
Right.
and I never knew that. And so damn, that just
Yeah.
took my breath away. So
Oh,
um, damn. So I'm sorry you had to go through that. No, no, real shit.
yeah.
But um, a lot, like you said, like a lot of people have those type of encounters, and people don't really take advantage of telling people that this
Right.
happens regularly. You know what I mean? So a lot of
Yep.
people just misjudge that lead that misjudge not telling someone and allowing it to actually happen to other people. So I commend you on that because I know some people, just never tell.
Right. And for
Now,
me, it's kind of hard for me to talk about it. But through my writing, I'm glad I was able to get it down on paper and get it out because
yeah.
people really need to hear that. They need to read about it.
So that was one of the things I was going to ask you because a lot of people that go through those traumas, like you said, they have trouble expressing it. So while you were writing it, did it like give you uh a little bit of anxiety
He said, "Do I have a wait a minute? What you say?"
when you were writing it? Did it give you like a little bit of anxiety just talking about it? Like writing it down on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
reliving it.
Well, I had a lot of Well, while I was writing, I had a lot of pressed feelings, suppressed feelings that I didn't even know that I had until I started writing, and it was coming out. And it did give me anxiety because I cried. A lot of it came out, and I was glad to just be able to write it down so I could get it out. It was deep, pressed feelings that I didn't even know I had.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
So and see,
Yeah.
for a person like me, like now, I like therapy. Was this more so like your therapy?
Anyway, what you say?
Was this more so like your therapy?
Like therapy?
Yeah, like, cause I mean, have
Well,
you have
I
you
guess it
told
was
anybody
like
before
therapy for
writing
me
it?
when I wrote everything down.
Yeah, so cause I was
You
gonna
know?
ask you, like, have you told anybody prior to?
Oh no, no.
So basically,
I've
like, this
never
is your
told
first.
nobody about this story. No.
So this is basically like your first, like your first release of what happened to
Yeah.
you. Damn,
Yep.
damn, Jane.
Mhm.
Well, I'm gonna say one thing. I'm proud of you though,
Oh, thank you.
because like I
Proud
said,
of
a
you
lot of
too.
thank you. Like a lot of people, uh, uh, are scared to express things like that. Even like things that not as traumatic as yours. Certain things can traumatize people, and they're like we're
Yep.
just set to um lock it in. And sometimes I feel like it deals with our culture, like being black people, like we're taught to, you know, get over it and just
Right.
forget when some things you
And it
just can't
shows
forget.
out too. And then we grow up as an adult and wonder why this is going on.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. So how um how many did how many now and this is where I'm gonna get a little personal with you. So
Huh?
for when you said you was at your station, like do you want to let people know what you do? Or
Damn, I can't hardly hear you.
I said, when you said you was writing that at your station, is it okay to let people know what you do for a living?
Yeah, well, I'm a Baltimore City 911 operator,
All right. And how long you
and I
been
worked
there?
there for 24 years.
24 years. So
Yeah,
you've been there for the good side of the department to the okay the side of the department to the now, right?
right.
Any plans on retiring?
Well, in 2 years, I plan to retire and pursue my career in writing.
Okay.
So it will be a sequel to this book and
Oh,
many other books that I plan
so
to write.
so it's a sequel now. In the sequel, like, would it be like
A
more
volume
of
two, yes.
yeah? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So will we get more of a happier side, or will this be more of more things
Yeah.
that you have
Well, I
pinned up?
can't tell you that.
Okay, I try to get her exclusive.
I want to leave you in a little suspense a little bit.
I try to get her exclusive. Now, outside of not bad for a project girl. Like, what other kind of stories or books are you looking to write? Are you trying to do some like fictions or just straight, like some story type books or kids books? What?
Well, it's going to be nonfiction.
Okay,
I want to get into nonfiction. I'm gonna write a comedy too,
okay,
a little comedy, and
all
maybe a
right.
mystery book.
Or a mystery book.
Mhm.
Now that would be dope. Not too many people write mystery books anymore,
Mhm.
especially not about our nature.
Mhm.
Now, um, how long did it take you to actually finish the book?
Phew. Well, I'm gonna say 6 months. It took
Mm,
me to finish, but I kept revising it, and overall, it took me about, I'm gonna say, a year. But what really inspired me to write was when I saw my little cousin, Kiana Katie Caesar. When I saw her book, she gave me the inspiration to finish writing the book, because I always wanted to write a book, but I never finished. But when I
okay.
saw her book, she put, that power light was lit. They
You was
turned
like,
on
it's
when I
time.
saw her book.
You said it's time. Like, let me finish. Let me
Yeah,
get
she
mine
lit
out the
that
way.
power light when I saw her book.
See, that's the thing because I wanted to write a book, but it just seemed like every time I wanted to write something, I was like, "No, that don't sound right." Then I
Oh,
start another page. Then it's like, "No, it don't sound right." Then after like a notebook, I was like, "You know what? I don't know if I could do this."
no, but they every night I just came. I set aside. Once I saw her book, I put my feet down. My foot down. I said, "I'm going to write this book, and I'm going to finish it." So I set aside time to write. So every day when I came in from work, I would write 1 page a day.
Mm,
And 6 months later, I had 180 pages.
damn, Jane.
Yeah.
But that was a discipline though, huh?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That was discipline, huh?
Yeah, it took a lot of discipline. Even though I wanted to write more pages every night, I wouldn't. I would just write that 1 page. And after I wrote that page, I just stopped. It did take a lot
Okay.
of discipline.
You think
That's
you
just
think if you finished, if you would have kept writing, that you would have been like how I felt like, damn, I'm doing like
I know what
I
you
didn't
say.
line it up right.
I'm sorry, what you say?
Like would you if you kept writing, do you think you would have felt like how I felt like I'm not telling the story correctly?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You saying
Cause
if I would have kept writing? I'm not
yeah,
understanding.
like kept writing instead of doing one page a day. Just
Oh
kept writing.
no. See, that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to write 1 page a day.
Okay.
Because I know how I am. I procrastinate.
Okay.
Just to be able to just write 1 page. I knew I would finish, because I need to take little baby steps first. I'm not a sprinter.
Okay.
I gotta take little
Okay.
baby steps.
Get your baby steps on.
And my little baby steps turned into, giant steps. And
Now
then I published a book.
now before you uh dedicated your life to, helping the citizens who need police, fire, and ambulance. What did you do before that?
Wait a minute, what you say?
I said before you dedicated your life to um helping the citizens who need police, fire, or ambulance. What did
Oh,
you do
okay.
before that?
Well, I was a nurse's aide. And I did nursing for shoot, even when I was working at the police department, I did nursing. I started nursing at July 1989. I used to work at Genesis Elder Care Nursing Home. I worked there, and then I worked at Good Samaritan Hospital. Worked there for a couple of years, where I met this lady who kind of told me I had the potential, but I wasn't persistent enough.
Mm. So that go back to
But
the procrastinator.
huh?
So that goes back to the procrastinator.
Yeah. But I'm also a veteran too. I served in the military. Yeah, I
I
did that
wanted
for
you to
eight
say that
years
too. I
in the
was
Army
hoping you
National
did say
Guard.
that.
Huh?
I was hoping you did tell that part because you know when I first met you, I was like, June is like strong and like she commanding. That's when I found out that you was in the military. And I was like, okay, it fits. I remember you was like, "This how you do this." I was like, "Okay, June." But the crazy thing about it, right? You know how
uh,
some people be in the military and they never leave that seriousness. Like one thing I can say about you, you really like you like to joke, you like to have
right.
fun, and
Yep.
it's like I don't know, like you was so balanced, man, from like family members that were in the military and people that I knew that were in the military. It was like you were
They
really
so stronghold, so
like I was like,
stern.
you're just really
No, I just want
balanced.
to be Jew. Even, well, my mother yesterday she was telling me you should dress up more, and I said no. I'm just Jew. I'm just Jew. You know, I'm
You
down to earth. I want to be original.
you do it the
I don't
way
want to be fake. You
you do
know.
it the way you want to do it.
Right.
So
I'm just June Jones.
so now
Huh?
has some of the things that you told in this book, have some of your family members been like, why you say that?
Well, one particular person said, "You told too much."
He said,
Yeah, they said I would never said that, but you told too much. And I said, well, this is a part of my reflection and healing. And I think as a writer, you have to write about yourself first, you know, in order to write something else. You have to tell your story first before to become a writer. You have to tell your story first.
right.
And then you can write other books and other stories.
Yeah, I heard R.L. Stein say you have to write about you and get
Right.
you off the table
Right.
before you start writing about other things, because once you start
Right.
writing about other things, you start putting your story into those other
Right.
things. Um, damn,
Right.
I
So
man, Jane, when I seen that you wrote a book, I was like, I have to get it. I actually did order mines this week. Had some things, but I ordered mines. But I'm gonna definitely need you to sign it for me.
oh.
I need a signature.
Yeah, okay, okay. You got it.
I need a signature. Now, how can people listening to this? How can they get a hold of your book?
Well, I'm on Amazon. It's Amazon and for 19.99 paperback, and it's on Kindle and ebook. I think Kindle is 9.99. I think ebook is the same. Yeah.
So what you recommend? Person actually grab
Paperback.
paperback. See, that's what I recommend, the paperback, because ordering it on a Kindle or the ebook is, it seems like it doesn't do the justice of actually having a book. Like, for me, I need to, if I'm gonna read a book or I'm gonna be interested in a book, I
Right.
need to actually physically hold a book. Like, I
Mm.
cannot read it on my tablet, on my iPad, on my
Right.
computer. I have to actually hold the book in my hand. Um, damn. And you said more is on the way, right?
Huh?
You said more is on the way, correct?
Right. Yep. Volume 2.
Volume 2. You know when did you start writing it yet, or
Well, it's already written. I just gotta review it.
it's all it's already, so hold up. So you wrote volume 1 in a year?
Yeah.
Wow, and then started volume 2 right after that?
Well, the manuscript is already done. That's what they call a
Right.
manuscript. And it's like over about good 500 and something pages. Yeah.
Ooh.
When it was all finished, it's about good over 500 something pages.
Now, are you gonna put it out as a 500 pager? Yeah, that's the thing. Are you gonna put it out as 500? Are you gonna leave it
No,
raw?
well, no, because this that's why I broke it up.
Okay.
I put the first one out first
Mm.
because
You
that's a
think
lot
you
of pages to be reading.
Jane think he's slick. You had a lot to talk about.
Wait a minute, what you say?
I said you had a lot to talk about.
Yeah, sure did. I had to cut some things out though.
Hey, look, like what that person tell you, you told too much. Now, if you kept some of those things, then you've been telling way too much.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Now, I know you said your cousin gave you the inspiration to finish the book, but
right.
did you have any inspirations before that?
Well, my one lady, she told me that I think this was in the fourth grade, and she let us watch a film. And she was a substitute teacher at 139. All the project children, we all went to Charles Curl of Curlton, 139 on Central Avenue, and she let us watch a film. I forgot what the film was about. And then after the film, she told us to write something that we saw. And then when I was finished writing the paper, I handed her my paper and she read it. She said, "Boy, you sure do have an exquisite imagination." And that was the first teacher that said that. And then when I was in the seventh grade, my seventh grade English teacher, she was turning my papers in, turned the English papers in, and she told me I should be a writer. So I did dedicate I did write a dedication page to my seventh grade English teacher, Mrs. Lofton at Lombard Junior High School. I did dedicate a page to her. She told me to be a writer. So,
That's Hey, look,
and
and now do you know if she's still around, or
huh?
do you know if she's still living, or
Oh no, I sure don't.
because that would have been a amazing gift to, be like, hey,
Yeah,
you
that would be
remember
something.
you told me to be a writer, now I'm actually am a writer.
Yep. Mhm. And my mother, she told me that I am a writer.
Well,
Yeah.
man. Hey, look, being that knowing what you do is hard,
Mm-hmm.
that you was actually able to go home and write a page a day. That
Yep.
was dedication to that. I pray that your book become a bestseller.
Right.
And the next book is Fire is the First, and
Amen.
you actually pursue this this career as a writer in your second half of your life. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to see more of that from you, man, because
Thank you.
I really want to hear the comedy because deep down inside, right, you do have some jokes out there, and I definitely want to see how you gonna make play that out. So
Uh-huh.
I'm waiting for that one. You know what I mean? Like
You're right.
I'm waiting for
I
that
already have the believe me, you gonna be like, what?
one. So you
When you
already
see the book and you read it, you're gonna say, what?
you already have a breakdown of that one as well, or you just
Yes, yeah.
so you started writing. You started writing and just say, "Hey, I'm going for the
Well,
next,"
it starts with an idea in your head first,
and
Starts
that
with
you
that
caught that
first.
idea. You was like, "Look, I got to keep going with it."
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we go now, when you submitted it and then you got that final copy, like how did that make you feel?
Well, you know what? It's like I still feel numb. That is, it really haven't hit me yet. It didn't
So it's
even
like,
hit me yet. So,
see, I think you still because you still in the writing process
uh-huh.
and it's fully not out
Right,
because you know that it was 500 pages. We
right,
only see the first half of it. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So now that
Mm-hmm.
you have this second half come out, I think that's when it's gonna you're gonna feel like okay, you accomplished it because your first baby is really fully out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 500 pages. You were definitely writing. You were writing. You
Yeah.
was writing. Jeez.
Yes, that's what you could call it, right? I was writing
Now,
and
now,
dedicated and
now, I
trying to
see.
remember.
Now, was it now with all the backlash and stuff like that? With
What you say?
I said with all the backlash from like police services and things like that, right?
Uh-huh.
You're on the cover with your whole uniform on.
Right.
Um, had, did people were people in your corner or around you like, don't you shouldn't wear that or you shouldn't that shouldn't be your your
Well, the
cover?
reason, yeah, they said that, but the reason why I have that uniform on and on the cover of the book is a lot of different uniforms that I've ever done throughout my life, the many jobs that I held. So I prefer to wear that uniform because this is the uniform I'm standing that I'm doing now,
Okay. Okay.
and that's what I do. I help people.
Exactly. Like it's kind of crazy because people don't realize that you don't have anything to do with what the police do outside. You
Hmm.
just you take a call for people that's calling in that need help. It
Right.
just seems that when the police get there, sometimes it go left, sometimes it go right. But a lot of times it's based on the people that's calling anyway. So, man, like I'm gonna say one thing before we get out of here, man. I want to commend you. I
Uh-huh.
want to say, congratulations on, half the baby, coming out.
Right.
Now we gotta wait for the full baby to come out, and you know I just hope that I see many more coming from you, Dream, man, because I really consider you a friend, man. Like even when I was down there with y'all for the 11 years I did, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I really, enjoyed my time there, and but you were one of the few that still stayed around. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I like
Yeah,
this.
we
Follow
always
what I do. So I appreciate you, man.
appreciate you too, Richard.
All right. Hey, look, we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
You can find her June Jones, the author of Not Bad for a Project Girl. Go get it on
Hmm.
Amazon, Kindle, or ebook. I want y'all to go follow me at Talk to Him Con on all social media platforms, and YouTube and Patreon and all the other podcast things. But man, it was a pleasure speaking to you today, June. And um,
The
you have
pleasure
any
was all
final
mine,
words?
Richard.
You have any final words?
No.
No. I thought you was gonna be like, if you got a dream, just follow it.
You okay? That too.
It's like, nah, but you know.
Yeah, that too. Just what you said.
Well, today, man, we wrapping this up with June, aka the 911 lifesaver and the author now. So